Greetings and welcome to another video. So this is a video that I wanted to make because I actually matched a professional FIFA player, one of the best in the world without a doubt, because of the recent results. Well, not only recent, just results he's had ever since, FIFA esports went into FUT champions. Every game, 17, 18, 19, 20, he's been at the tippity top of the mountain. And here is the team that we went into the game. You might recognize it from my Elite 1 highlights, and it's important to note because, yes, my team was far better than his. I believe he is an Xbox player, so his PlayStation account is a much dumbed down version, right? It's got a lot of cheaper players. He didn't have his mega team. Obviously, my team is way better than his, so I'm going to put that disclaimer. But I kind of need that advantage, right? Dani, Ajax Dani, I believe that's his name. He's made the World Cup in FIFA 17, 18, 19. I believe he was on course to make it in 20. I'm not sure how it was working, but either way, he's made the World Cup in 3 different FIFAs, I believe, right? Or pretty much barely anyone has made more events than him. So, he can play in all the metas. So he's a proven beast at this game. So I need all the advantages I can get. That being said, I will pat myself on the back just a little bit because my team is insane, but at the same time, an Italian team meta-wise, if you are, a competitive player, you'll know it's not the best of the best. Donnarumma in net, Ogbonna's fine, Maldini's fine, Zambrotta's fine, Florenzi's very debatable. The front three, Pirlo and Tonali, are good midfield duo, but nowhere near meta. Politano, Sharawi, they're just makeshift players if you compare them to the meta counterparts. That would be like Neymar's and Messi's on the wing. Del Piero and Baggio, I love these guys, but you gotta be honest, compared to like the Mbappes and stuff, they're just not meta. They're fun to use, but they're not meta, and that's what gets you the wins in the close games. Nonetheless, he did have a far worse team than me, as we're going to see here in a bit. And so what I wanted to do is do a little bit of a gameplay analysis here. I was searching for a game. I had no idea it was him until the game was over, when I saw his PSN, load up in the scoreboard. But I did kind of spoil the result, right? Yeah, so we did win, but it's still worth analyzing because I remember thinking, how is this guy with this team so annoying to play, right? So yeah, AFC Ajax, here's his team, his PSN, his PlayStation team. Let's analyze it a bit. Weird goalie, very meta defense with the Varane, the UCL Militao, pretty much always in pro player teams. Mendy, Semedo, just trademark defense. Messi, Neymar at this stage of the game, even the Golden Mbappe, very questionable player. This guy's really good as well. Very questionable duo here, but it's his RTG account, right? Anyways, like I said, we could use any and all advantages we could get, and so yeah, let's just analyze. Let's see how he was acting, what happened, and we'll just go over the main plays. All right, here we lose possession, but we quickly turn defense into offense. Our first really good chance here. We win the duel, even though it was a little harder to win than it should have with Florenzi. That's what I was talking about with Florenzi on his Neymar. Get the ball, Ogbonna into Tonali. We're in the midfield. You can see Del Piero dropping back deep with the false 9 instruction to help us out, give us a few more options. Politano into Baggio, back to Florenzi. Back to Baggio with a lob through pass. Baggio putting in a shift. We cut back. We see Del Piero, and we definitely should have done way better here. If we go back just 10 seconds, we're going to stop it here. Obviously, there's a ton of space here, and luckily our Del Piero is running in. We pass it in, and we go for like just the calculated near post finish because, that's meta. That's what works in this game. We wish it didn't, but it does. But, there's clearly too many people. I don't think I could have taken a touch, so I have to risk the left foot shot. Far post, which should be decent as well with Del Piero. 5-star weak foot should have been good as well. And actually, he does switch into the Neymar, so perhaps a quick touch and then a finesse would have been, on the cards, and we probably would have gone the goal pretty early on. Nonetheless, that gave us confidence literally seconds after, right? He goes on the offense. He's got the ball here with Thomas, messes it up. That's what you get with Thomas there. We get the 1-2 here between Del Piero and Baggio, and this time we don't mess up. He kind of, I don't know, maybe he was messing around, was kind of impatient, but he brought out his goalkeeper, and the rest really is history. If we look at it back again, we were feeling confident here right after, again, we had no idea who it was, but, after that big chance, we knew we could break him down. Similar scenario here, and we take the lead. Good sequence here to look at as we turn again off or defense into offense. Very dangerous situation here. I'm trying to block with my center back in case he passes it inside. Fake shots with a towel. We stay big, calm, block the Neymar shot. We win it back with Maldini, and we start what we've been really good at this whole entire game. And by whole entire game, I mean like a good 15, 17 minutes of it. Baggio again on the right. Similar situation. We notice we're exploiting that these cutback situations are, hard for him to deal with at this moment. Nothing with Del Piero, so we drag back. We get it into El Shaarawy. Very strange animation here. I think definitely if he would have called, or if our player would have dropped, we definitely would have gotten the penalty. We're completely ahead, right? As long as he pulls off the fake shot, we get in a really good position. Unfortunate animation, never seen it before, but FIFA 20, it will always surprise us. Shortly thereafter, he's a little bit of a counterattack. Obviously, that's the downfall of the 4-3-2-1 that I play. My offense is great, but then sometimes my defense pays because of the 3 CMs that don't really come back. And here, it's kind of the sort of defending you have to do if you want to play an aggressive formation. And I'm good at reading him, and I think that was, really good for me to set the tone from the start, because as he passes in here, as soon as I possibly can, boom, right there, I'm switching away from the CM, switching into my Maldini, my center back, and I'm pushing out. I'm pushing out to cover the pass before, I know he's making it before he makes it. Boom, you see this? Boom, we get the ball. We turn defense into offense once again, and this time there's actually something we definitely could have learned from our offense. Obviously, it's tough because as soon as people get near you, things get weird in FIFA 20, and right here, really good situation. He's had to pull back one of his center backs. The line is not even anymore. And we have this run, but how do we deal with it? Spoiler alert, I went to the left and he reads it. So what actually ends up happening is that, and then we can't really get to the pass anymore, which is a shame. Even though we win the duel there, it's like a weird situation. Tonali gets the ball here with the defender on him. We're never going to win that, right? So if we pull it back just a little bit and watch it again, what we really should have hoped for is actually just take a touch, not this way, but like literally down here, and then just hope for this, right? Because at that point, he either has to drop back this way, and then if he does, then we just turn back around and keep pushing. And if he doesn't and he pushes, then we have like, maybe we've created a window of opportunity here to do a lob through pass into Tonali. Here we have a nice counterattack once again from the wing. This is just where we found the space to exploit. So we just took what we could get into El Shaarawy, back down into Pirlo. And this was a huge, actually missed up opportunity. And if we pull it back once more, let's try and see what we could have done a little better, right? So once we get to El Shaarawy here, we do good to sort of stall for a little bit, but we don't have much time because we have this guy here, this guy's running back, this guy's behind here, right? So we only have this space to kind of chill in a stall in, press it back. This is where I saw the opening, right? Ideally, like if he makes a run this way, that makes my life a lot easier. So I'm thinking maybe I should have done a lob through pass, right? But it's super unreliable in FIFA. The game in this area of the pitch, it just makes it super loopy, unnecessarily loopy, and it'll just literally land in Schmeichel's hands. But in hindsight, I still should have gone for it even for a second. I did go for the double tap triangle, but that's just not enough. Maybe I could have, tried to dribble a little longer if that. So I think my two options realistically would have been either commit to the lob through ball and hope it lands right about here for a first time volley, or if not, just keep dribbling, take it, make him come closer to you, right? Put the burden of the situation all on him. Common theme here, turning defense into offense. He's on the wing with Messi. We read him as he turns, right? He wanted to get there. Too slow, though. Get the ball back. Politano looking around in the midfield straight into El Shaarawy. And we're still waiting. Baggio comes back onside. We do that. Scoop turn away. He turns really well away. Ugly finish, I know. It's just how you finish in this game. You cannot go far post, right? So if we pull it back one more time. Boom. Go for the scoop turn. He's committed ever so slightly on the side with Mendy. And we have to go for this because it's Mendy, right? We know it's Mendy. His center backs have been pulled out. Look how far off they've been pulled out. Full back, I don't even know where the right back, right there, I think. It's just, we have to go for this. As soon as we're here, we know that even if it's ever so slightly, we have to left stick. As you can see, I'm left sticking down here in hopes of getting the touch. And right when I see this, that he's overcommitted, he's slightly lost balance. Boom. We go for the near post. I didn't really expect it to go in, but, you know, luck was on our side right there. Unfortunately, he ties it off of kickoff. It's a very extended kickoff. This is where his patience, you know, shows. You know, he's taking a deep breath. Obviously, he won't know who I am. He just sees a random full Italian team. Here, he kind of took his gameplay to the next level. Kind of what you would expect from a pro in a pro event. Just super patient, building, making use of kickoff when things are a little bit weird defensively. Just moving the ball up and down, waiting for the right opening. He's right here with Thomas. Gets it into Ital. Into Messi, who does a really weird shot here. Like, it's on his left, but he makes it, you know, pulls it off with his right. If we pull it back a little bit, the moment this this shot works, this pass works, is when I can see this goal essentially. So my mistake here was that I should have been selecting him way earlier and just committing to the center. Commit to the center. Mark that. Marked it religiously, because at this point, I'm in trouble, right? And then at this point, I should have instantly gone back to my center back, right? And push him, literally push him with all my might in this area, and then play it out from there, right? See if he's going to dribble in and try to bait me out. See if he's going to play it alongside with this guy. But at that point, I'm too late. And now at this point, I really need to miraculously switch to my fullback, because as you can see, the winger has just overtaken my fullback. And here, he sees it. Easy pass into there. Like, literally on his left foot. I don't know what the hell this this shot animation is, but you know, it is what it is. On the near post, Donnarumma can't really do much about it, and 2-1 at the end of the first half. Surprise, surprise, we do find ourselves with a cheeky chance off of kickoff ourselves, so we're gonna have a look. Let's see what we could have done better, worse. We go for the same approach of patience, because we really want to get one more chance in before the halftime. There we juke him with Pirlo. He guesses we'd cut back. We commit to the sprint. Pass it back in. Tonali. El Shaarawy back into Del Piero. This is where it gets key. We're looking for the pass in. It's kickoff. We know things are tasty. So already here, Baggio could have the pass into Politano, which we do. Boom. Fake shot. Completely outplayed there. We turn on the inside. And here we end up going for the shot, right? Which wasn't perfect. Super tight angle. Let's play that out at first speed. Fake shot, turn inside. We were too close to the keeper at that point. We just still went for the shot though. So essentially what we should have and could have done is right here, pass it off. All good. All good. Boom. At this point, go for the through ball. Triangle ball into Baggio. Hopefully he runs in it, right? Even here, you got to square that. You have to square that. This could be 3-1 off the kickoff. Kickoff to match a kickoff, but it wasn't to be. Now right here, second half, 53rd, 54th minute, and here we actually choke an opportunity because we rush it, and this is just a little tip for you guys. If you can make time go by slower when you're in the box and calm yourself, you'll really pick up so many more goals than you expect. Right here, you might think, oh, you just messed up the pass, but if we actually analyze it a little bit closer, when we get the ball into Tonali, we see the opening here to bang it in, driven pass into El Shaarawy, and right here, he's right on me, right? So I'm thinking I need to do something fast or else I'm going to lose the ball, but he's also panicking. You have to remember that. I'm in an uncomfortable situation from him just as much as I feel his pressure from behind, and I'm thinking I need to square it off to Politano. If I want to do that, I had to do that way sooner. Now, this guy has taken one more step closer to me. This angle is a lot tighter, right? But instead, and he knows that, right? So if I would have just held L2, he would have moved away for me, and I can just turn around. You see all the space that opens up, but instead of that, I end up doing a really poor pass that he never gets up and does. So all I had to do here, even against a player of this caliber, is just keep holding L2. Just calm, collected, wait, make him make the first move, which he does anyways, and I just turn around and shoot, but instead rushed it, did the pass. Missed opportunity. Now here, off the free kick with Varane, he does a left-footed lob pass, which is a bit risky. Into Politano it goes. We give it off to Baggio. Del Piero's marks, we pass it back to Politano. Into Del Piero, back to Tonali. Pirlo, around to the other right forward. First time fake shot, which he just... It's not that the first time fake shot did him. It's that he just didn't really do anything there, right? So if we look at back right here, right? He's going... Right now he has... Varane selected, and he might be waiting for the auto interception here, which is kind of risky. I would have played it differently here just because of how weird the situation is. I would have just L2'd and waited here for Del Piero's first move, which is obviously very tough, but what else can you do in this situation? And because he does nothing, my first time fake shot just sets me up for the easy finish. But again, a really weird situation. You could argue that at this point, after we work the ball around and we prepare the shot, maybe he did enough to just auto-intercept it with the AI. Could be, could not be, not sure. But essentially his downfall is that he relied on it, and potentially he could have just L2'd, right? But again, could have been just tired. Playing 60 games a week or whatever is not easy by any means. Here we have another interesting play from us, which we potentially could have done better. We do a nice little triangle here. We get everyone in the offense involved, and then this lingering ball ever so slightly just doesn't connect, right? Ball is behind our player, and defender intercepts it. So if we look back, we have a really nice situation here with only the defense in front of us. Del Piero with the ball, we laid off back into Politano, and this is where it gets interesting. Obviously, we're really tempted by this X pass into here, and then hopefully we can do first time fake shot, but it just wasn't to be. The pass goes behind him, he's already running this way, and then Varane's already like intercepting here. So I think what the play would have been actually is to just keep going with Politano, essentially, because it appears that there was the space to do that. Potentially wait for Del Piero a little second longer, but I mean, look at the space to exploit. If we just wait a little bit more, he's already selected here. So if we just keep going straight this way, at that point we have an interesting situation, because he might peel off on the second post, and there's just all to analyze. Alternatively, I should have called him short if I want that to happen with my R1 button. Call him short, make him come there. That point he might have gotten the ball before Varane, and then I can either send it back to Politano or into Del Piero. But that was the downfall there. Just a little bit more patience, you know. Sometimes it's hard to mix it up between patience and waiting. Or sorry, not patience and waiting, but fast passes and then waiting. Now, at this point of the game, he's obviously on team press. Space is opening up into Del Piero. Bada bing, bada boom. Politano running into the massive space. We get the pass off right there. And unfortunately, you know, it wasn't to be, because I was running into it, obviously holding the R2 button or sprint button. So my first touch is going to be pretty intense. If I would have been clutch, I would have ball rolled right here. Ball rolled, chip, right? Or ball roll, finesse. But I have to be looking at the mini-map literally the second this passes me. I'm not even supposed to be looking at my player at this point. He's already locked on. He's already sprinting. So I lost really the opportunity here, because as we see, my first touch is massive. By the time I actually shoot, he's already done really well to put pressure on me with Schmeichel. No time, no space. Could have easily been 4-1. Essentially, guys, that's going to be it. There were another like 10 minutes of things that were happening. It was just me getting chances because, you know, he was obviously ultra offensive. Nothing more, nothing less about that. As I said at the start, I know I had a massive team advantage, guys. You know, but it's kind of like, you know, he's such a better player than me. I'm never going to achieve as much as he does in FIFA competitively wise, right? So I just essentially still was interested in seeing how the match went, how he acted, and seeing what I could have done better even then, especially because I should have done better with that team deference. So, you know, shout out to Danny for being one of the best pro players in the world. Luckily, we got to play him when he was using, you know, not his Xbox team, thank God. And it was an interesting experience. We know what we should have and could have done better. We know what to work on, you know, in general, staying calm, looking for the best options, always trying to be as efficient as possible. Hope you guys enjoyed the analysis, and until next time, peace out.